You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Open Books Podcast. It feels so good to be able to say that again. What's up, Colby?
It feels amazing to be able to say that again. We're so excited to be back in our new little setup. For the people listening, we can drink wine again. Like, we can have a glass.
We can have a glass of wine.
Amber's no longer pregnant.
I'm not pregnant.
There, we said it. She's not pregnant.
I know everyone was wondering.
The last couple episodes have been like fall TBR, book stuff, which we will get into
Cutesy
shortly.
little episodes.
Yes, but now we're just gonna really dive into what's been going on the last. Well, yeah, let's see. We posted an episode probably like 2 weeks ago was our last one.
Oh my gosh.
But the last time we actually sat down together was like almost 2 months.
Yeah, I think it was the last week of September, first week of October.
Yeah,
Was our last
session.
And it's long overdue, but
Yeah.
I needed the time, guys.
Yes, for sure. We're heavy on taking time over here.
Yeah, protecting our peace.
Yeah, and I feel like we've done that and you've done that, but it's time to like get into what happened.
Yeah, happened? I had a child.
You had a child.
Literally had my baby. Are we just jumping in?
Let's
Is
just
this
jump
the birth
in.
story?
Yeah, let's just jump in. I mean, so just like maybe some housekeeping stuff.
Yeah.
We do have, regularly, y'all, that word is debating my existence.
Regularly.
That was perfectly said. Regularly. Regularly.
No, I can't say it.
Regularly.
Yeah, regularly.
We have those episodes coming, normal schedule. They're going to be back on track. We need to pick a book, another next on the shelf.
It's
time.
It's time.
Yeah, I'm ready to pick another good book. I'm ready to deep dive. We have all of our...
I need a book.
Yes. Well, let's see. It would be our basically December. No, not December monthly report. It would be November.
Yeah.
November monthly report, which there's lots to say. So much TV was watched. So we'll get back into all those. But I have not heard anything about your birth story yet because we've hung out multiple times since the baby was born. But I'm like... I want to ask you everything. I want to know everything that happened, but I wanted to save it for the podcast to be authentic. So I just want to hear.
I love it.
And I know the people want to hear. Like start to finish.
Start to finish.
Yes.
So do you have questions too?
I have so many questions. Okay. I have so much I want to know. I just want you to just tell me everything from what happened when it was time to go in, like the last couple weeks of your pregnancy. Well, honestly, we recorded
I think we know the last couple weeks of pregnancy were.
Yeah.
I was definitely starting to get big and tired, and I was just so ready for Blair's arrival.
Yeah, to just be done.
Yeah, like my ankles were gone. I was so full of fluid. I was done. But I did enjoy being pregnant.
I love that for you.
I did it, but I think I enjoy being pregnant because it was a journey to get pregnant. I don't know if it wasn't for that, if I would
feel the same. Yeah, well, you had a different perspective on pregnancy, I think, than a lot of people do. Well, lots of people share your perspective, but for people like myself who just were able to get pregnant, and both times just randomly got pregnant,
which is incredible.
Yes, and I'm so blessed and thankful.
Yes,
but it's easier for me to complain about pregnancy or to have the feeling
exactly because I would feel guilty complaining because I wanted it so badly.
You said that a lot.
Literally paid for it.
Literally paid for it.
We paid to be pregnant.
And I also think that's so relatable for people who went through what you went through to feel let me just take in every second of this. For me,
sure.
Honestly, be so open and transparent. Being pregnant was so hard. Is the reason why I don't want a third child because pregnancy was so hard on me. But I don't know, meeting Blair, I'm maybe I can do it one more time.
Y'all, she's so freaking cute. I mean, obviously I'm her mom, so no matter what, I'm gonna think she's so cute. But
no, there
really is something about her. I think she's so special.
There's something about her. Amanda said that after Amanda met her, she said she's something. I was holding her and I was like, wow, she's special. I was like,
she is special. There is an aura or there's something. I don't know.
It is. It's in this energy that she has. So
she has a little baby energy that's just. It's good. It's good vibes.
She brings the
She
vibes.
brings the vibes. So
Let's hear it. Just
Let's
like
see.
I'm just gonna let you just go for it, and I'll probably interject and ask questions.
please do.
Okay.
Interject. Because I might forget some things.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were scheduled for a C-section on October 11th, and I found that out like 2 weeks before. So baby was breech. I think I did kind of update everyone on that towards the end of the pregnancy that she was breech. She stayed breech, so I had to get a C-section. So kind of love the idea of getting a planned C-section because I did my hair, I did my makeup. Like I woke up that morning and was like, I'm going to have a baby today.
Today's the day.
Didn't go into labor, no labor pains, none of it. Like I just rolled up to the hospital with my luggage like I was going on vacation.
You're like, I'm ready to go.
I showed up in like this little like bodycon dress, like a little dress with like a sweatshirt over it, packed all my bags. And yeah, we headed there and immediately like we just like sat in the waiting room. We waited for them to call us back.
What was going through your mind? Were you kind of like zoning out almost, or like in a like outer body experience? Were you just excited? Do you remember what you felt before it happened?
I was very excited on the way there. Mm-hmm. Like I kept telling myself, oh my gosh, by 5 p.m. I'm going to have a baby. By 5 p.m. I have a baby, which really by 1 p.m. I had a baby.
Wow.
Which like I should have known because it was scheduled for a certain time. Mm-hmm. But still
Five just came to
five
mind.
was in my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, by this evening, like we're going to be mom and dad.
Yeah.
So they call us back and, they immediately like get you dressed and prepped and make sure you go use the bathroom. And they went to go start my IV. I'm going to be so transparent. That's what I was scared for the most.
The IV going in your
The
arm?
IV going in.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about an IV. I think they hurt so bad no matter where they go.
They do. They do hurt.
Because when I did my egg retrievals, which that's for a whole nother podcast, which I would love to go into like fertility stuff.
Yes.
But when they put them in my hand for my egg retrievals and they hurt so bad. Well, I know for this, they put them in your arm. Yeah. So they come in, the nurse comes in, they're super sweet. Like everyone's so nice and just, how they make you feel when you're going to have a baby.
Which
like,
honestly makes or breaks like an experience if you have like a mean
Absolutely.
nurse. If you're a mean nurse, like please quit.
No, I had fabulous nursing staff. Like they were
Amazing.
so welcoming. They made me feel so calm and like warm and ready
Yes.
to, go into the OR because it is a surgery. So I was back in the room. It was just me and Josh, and the nurse comes in to do my IV and she couldn't get it. So in my left arm, they tried to do right above my hand. It wouldn't go in. So then they tried to do my upper arm. Wouldn't go in. They said that my veins were rolling. So even that right there, I was like, I'm going to pass out.
Excuse
Like
me?
I'm freaking out.
Veins are rolling.
So
Never heard
then-
of that.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing, but
Yeah.
my veins were rolling. I guess nurses or medical people out there, like you probably know exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
So once the one nurse couldn't get it, she called in another nurse. So then that nurse came in. So then that made me nervous because not that I didn't think the nurse knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
I was just like, what is wrong with me? Why can't we get this IV in? So then this nurse comes in. They do the same thing on this side, the top of my hand, well, right above. Couldn't get the IV.
And now it's like a whole thing. Now it's
Now it's a
like
thing.
this is a bit process.
By this point, like my mom came in, she was like rubbing my feet for me and like
Yeah.
trying to make jokes because I'm like crying because it actually like really hurt.
Right. And you're being stabbed multiple times in your veins.
Big and swollen. Like I'm just,
my
and it just
God.
like didn't make me feel good for
Right.
what was to come. But
Yeah.
everything was great. Sure.
Sure.
Sure, Jan.
Sure, dude.
So then they do the upper arm and they finally get it. But it was like bleeding and I'm just like, I can't even look at this. So
God.
that's kind of like how my journey started.
So where did the IV end up? Upper arm?
Upper right arm, yeah.
Okay. Like like facing outward or
Yeah,
to
like-
okay.
Like inner arm.
I see.
Like right above right above here. Like I remember the giant bruise I had on my arm.
Yes, I
That's
do
where
remember.
it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was in my hand.
No, they did my arm. I don't know. It could have been because I was going in to the OR and they have to like strap you down.
Okay.
I don't know. So after a while, I hung out in like the little pre-op room and my mom came back. Josh's mom came back, just like making us feel good and ready and calm. Josh was like an absolute angel sent from above.
He did it right.
He did it right.
Thank God.
He kept me so calm the whole time. Well, at this point, I've gotten into my own head. Mm-hmm. I was so scared and so nervous.
Oh God, I'm nervous. Like listening to my heart's beating because I just can't imagine knowing you're about to get a C-section.
Yeah, like I was about to get sliced and diced.
Yes.
So they come get me because now it's like time. And behind the scenes, like they come in and talk about anesthesia, like all the other things, like the minute details, like signing paperwork and doing all that. But the big stuff that I like kind of remember because also adrenaline's going. So I'm sure there's stuff I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
So they bring me back to the OR. And I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I've never really like been in an OR. Like I've never really had major surgery. Just the 2 egg retrievals. That's all I ever had, which was also kind of like a surgical room, but nothing like a regular big OR.
Okay.
There were so many nurses in there. My OB was in there, and they're just like chatting it up, shooting the shit. Like
so casual.
Like they're not about to take a baby out of my body.
It's another Tuesday.
It's just another Tuesday. So I'm like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, baby, don't be scared. Like, you're good. I'm like, okay, like,
Thanks.
they're great. Well, they bring me in. I have to like sit on the edge of the bed and like my feet were on the stool because they were giving me a spinal, not an epidural. So spinal is just like a quick, shorter version of an epidural. They don't pump medicine through it. It's just to numb you and then it'll wear off quicker. So I'm like bending over. You know how they give you the epidural? It's kind of the same with a spinal. Like you just have to be bent.
Because I feel like for my epidural, if I was to get sliced open, I'd have felt it. You
So
know what I mean?
You feel pressure.
Okay.
Like you don't feel like the actual slice, but you feel like
Something's happening.
them like tugging and pulling and
I'm sure we'll
pressure.
get there. We'll
yeah.
get there.
So I'm bent over. They give me the spinal, and my doctor, like my actual doctor, was holding my hand, and they had this other like really wonderful nurse, and I can't remember her name, but she was like rubbing my hand for me, and she's like, "You're good. You got this. You're so strong." And I'm like,
Thank you.
and the whole time I'm just like, "You're gonna meet your baby. You're gonna meet your baby. Like it's finally here. It's real."
Right.
So they give me the spinal, and then shit just like boom. Everybody was like, all right, onto the table. Da, da, da. It was so, everything was happening so fast. So they put my legs on the table, I guess, because like once my toes went numb like this, like I felt it. It was crazy.
That is so bizarre.
So then once everything started moving and everyone's doing their job, I panicked.
Really?
First of all, my brain starts telling me, move your toes. I can't move my toes because they're numb.
And you knew you wouldn't
And
be
I
able to,
knew
but
it,
something
my
in your brain wanted you
was
to.
like, move your, like intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Move your toes.
Move them, bitch.
Ha, you can't. Now we're going to panic. So I'm like,
No.
So then I'm trying to move my legs. I can't. Like everything is numb. And
So
I
it's
knew
making
this.
you more stressed.
More stressed. So I'm laying down. They
Oh,
strap
God.
your arms.
It's
They,
like claustrophobic feeling.
did I just unplug that? No. So then they put the drape up and I'm like this. Everybody's like talking and doing all the things and, you know, arms out in a T. And now they're waiting for me to be numb onto my torso. So they start taking they use like a little tool. It's kind of pointy on the end and they'll poke you in your arm and you feel it. And then they go down like to like your rib area and you still feel it. And the point is, as they go down, you don't feel the poke anymore. And that's how they know you're ready for surgery.
Okay.
So they kept poking. I'm like, I can feel that. Poke. I can feel that. So at this point, they're on my stomach and they're poking. I'm like, I can feel that.
Yeah. So don't cut me open,
So like,
bitch.
please don't start. And they're like, I can tell that they were like, I don't know if she can actually feel this or if she's thinking she can feel it. But I promise you I felt it.
Okay.
So then they like go down to like, I guess where they would do the incision and they like gently, I thought they were slicing me open. I was like, please don't start. And they were like, we would never start if we thought you could feel it. Like they just kind of like caught me off guard to see if I was paying attention. Like, can
And
we
did like
start?
a certain motion.
And I still knew that they did it. So they freaking took the drapes down, brought me back up. At this point, give me an epidural.
Okay.
So I had
So you have to go through a whole other process.
So I got the spinal, like, did all things, and now they give it to me an epidural.
Did the epidural hurt?
No. I mean, I definitely felt it.
You feel
I still
poke.
felt it.
Yeah.
Which, like, by the way,
You had a
clearly
spinal.
I'm not numb.
What the hell? So I guess sometimes it just doesn't
It
necessarily
worked in my legs. It just didn't travel
all
up.
the way up. Okay.
I don't know. So then they gave me the epidural, and they laid me back in, did the whole process again. And then the next thing I know,
She was born.
She was out.
So you didn't really
was
know what was going
out.
on.
No. So how like most women are like awake and it's just like a tug and a pull and like things are happening. I was out. Like I don't
What
remember.
made you out?
I woke bitch. I woke up.
Wait. What?
I
Okay.
woke up to like they held her up over the drapes like they do, and I don't think I remember seeing her
Right.
like above the drapes, like her being like born like 12:54.
Here
Like
she is. Yeah.
I don't.
So the last thing you really remember was the epidural and like
Them
laying
laying me
back,
back.
down.
And like they kind of like raised my feet, I guess, to get it to travel,
Yeah.
and that was really all I remember.
Wow.
So then Josh was there, but I was just like
Okay. You were just like,
out of it.
yeah,
And
completely
they
out
put
of
the
it.
baby on my, I do like the baby on my chest and like our cheeks were together. Like I remember that. But I remember looking at Josh, first of all, being like, when did you get in here? Like, how did they let you back here? Like I was so out of sorts.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have 4 eyes. Not like 1, 2, 3, 4, like in a square. They were
No.
4 straight across. I
What?
really saw 4 eyes.
You were in like complete disarray.
I was tripping.
Oh God.
So
this
then-
is so bizarre.
They like take the baby, they clean her up, they weigh her with, and Josh is taking pictures with her
You're
over
just-
there, and I'm just like strapped to the table in a T position,
Yeah.
not knowing what's going on, which is kind of sad, but like it is what it is.
It is what it is,
She's
yeah.
here, she's healthy, it's fine,
Right. I mean, you can harp on it and wish that things were different, but
but it's not going to change anything in
right.
the end.
Sometimes you just had to do what you had to do to get
Exactly.
her out of you.
So then Josh and the baby leave, and they go back to the pre-op room, which was like actually a really beautiful experience for them, because for like 20-30 minutes while they're like stitching me up and doing everything, they had like this beautiful like skin to skin. It was just them two.
Wow.
No one else was in there. They just
Well-
had like this moment with each other.
That is amazing that they got that.
Yeah. So I'm like I'm in the OR.
You
and
know
I'm like,
she's born, but you're like, what? Who am
what-
I? What's
I didn't
happening?
even know what just happened.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like kind of coming back, and I hear the nurse chatter. And now I'm starting to like pick up on it again. I'm like hearing words. Like I'm still kind of out of it. And I heard, yeah, we had to give her some ketamine.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Ketamine.
so I'm like, ketamine, bitch.
That's why I'm fucking seeing 4 eyes.
Yes. So they like roll me back into the room, and Josh is like talking to me and like asking how I'm feeling, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think they gave me ketamine. He
I
was like,
think I'm on crack.
he was like, you're actually tripping. I'm like, no, I'm serious. And like at this point, they got the baby on my boobs. Like, I'm like, can we do this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm drugged.
Is this okay? I'm
literally drugged.
high.
like, I'm tripping balls right now.
The baby's like
And my
trying to latch. You're like, okay.
what is actually
Nice to meet
happening? So he's like, no, I don't think so. So time goes on. I mean, I'm like, my teeth are chattering. I'm shivering because of the epidural at this point.
Yeah.
All the medicine. So they were like pumping medicine through.
Wow.
They definitely obviously put something in there to like
Yeah.
take the edge off, because I guess I was having an anxiety attack, panic attack. I don't know.
They must have noticed.
I kept telling them
and
like, I think I can feel everything. And then I
Yeah.
couldn't.
they were like, let's just shut this hell up.
They literally like, all right, give this bitch some, because we ain't ever going to take the baby out if she keeps thinking that she can feel it. I don't know.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I had an
I guess
anxiety
that is
attack.
what happened. And I guess that is common, and that's a common practice that they do.
Yeah, like they did actually give me ketamine.
Oh, wow.
That was like an actual thing.
okay.
So I asked, I like went in my chart to like
Mm-hmm.
see like what they give me, and it wasn't there. But I asked my friend Emily. who
Oh, okay.
is
Just like
in-
doing it under the table.
She's a CRNA. I'm like, I think they gave me ketamine. She's like, oh yeah, like they'll do that in small doses. They'll do
Right.
that. I'm like,
not going to knock you out all the way, but
Yeah, I was drugged.
interesting. So how
I
long
was
did
drugged.
it take you to kind of like come to,
I don't really remember,
yeah,
but
a blur?
it was literally a blur.
A blur.
It was a blur. I also call my baby blur.
Blur. It's a baby blur.
Baby blur. But yeah, so then after a while, I was so hungry. Like I remember being hungry at first, so I like ate. They brought me lunch. You know how they bring you the
Yeah.
cafeteria food. So I like shoved that down, and then oh my gosh, I got so sick.
Oh,
I started
no.
throwing up everywhere from like the medicine
Everything.
and the epidural and everything. But that was really the biggest thing.
That is such an intense story. I did not expect that at all. I know you kept saying like, I would know I was out of it. And I'm
I
like,
was.
okay, no, that's crazy.
No, like I was drugged.
You were drugged. This what's wildest to me is that you had to go through like a spinal and a epidural twice to get it to happen. I'm panicking thinking about you being like, no, please, no, I could feel it. Like, please.
I was like, my palms were sweating. Like, I really was I was scared, I guess you could say. I was scared. I wish Josh could have came back there with me the whole time. I probably wouldn't have reacted that way.
So I didn't realize he wasn't back there the whole time. When you said he was like, when did you get here? It's because he really actually wasn't in there.
Yeah, like
in the
I'm
beginning.
assuming he was stayed in like the little pre-op room because they bring it to these little like tiny holding rooms before surgery. So I'm guessing that's where he was until they walked him back.
And you slowly kind of start understanding what's happening. Like,
Yeah, I absolutely hated coming off the epidural because like I just wanted to feel my legs and I really wanted them to take the catheter out.
oh God,
I just wanted it out so bad. So
I have a real problem with catheters. It's funny that you say that because I experienced the same thing when it came to the catheter after Leo was born. I remember like being like, okay, it's y'all can take the catheter out now, right? And I remember when the nurse said no, I was like, wait, why?
I know I was like, I don't need this anymore.
It's so uncomfortable and like
and
you can't
like
really
nope.
you can't move and it's like you can't really feel it, but you know it's there and it just like gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Hyper aware that I had a catheter.
So I had 2 vaginal births and both were, of course, epidural. And you have to go through the process of like they have to walk you to the bathroom, make sure you can kind of like use your feet. They want you to poop. Well, Kelly said that her nurses didn't make her poop. I don't know
Mine
why.
either.
Really? I just lied to my nurse.
To lie, but they never. No, it was just like for me, I was good when I could tell. But then again, I guess it would be like that for everyone with an epidural. Like when I told them that I could feel the urge that I needed to pee, that was like good enough.
Yeah. And they're like, okay.
In the first night, my nurse walked me. And then there was another night where I was like, can you please walk with me? Just because I needed someone to hold on to. I was very, very sore. Different sore than a vaginal birth.
Right.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
they're very different.
They are. And I have no idea what that pain must feel like.
It's weird because like I think I'm
lower
getting to
belly.
the point where I'm like, I can't really remember
Well,
the pain.
that's a bizarre thing about birth is like you
You
forget.
I remember hurting. So we go back, it's just me, Josh, and the baby. And it was a very, I guess I would call it like an intimate experience. Like we really didn't have like people come to the hospital. But again, that's because I really was like in so much pain.
Yeah.
Like our families came.
You had a surgery, like
Yeah.
major surgery. I mean, like that's what is crazy about C-sections is you actually undergo something serious. Like so much of your organs are being moved. It's funny, Brianna and I were just talking about this at the hospital when we visited Kelly's baby.
Yeah.
About the C-section, and she was telling me about her sister's experience and how she also had a panic attack for a little bit of a different reason because she was, I guess, more like aware when it was happening. She said she was like, I feel them moving around my intestines. I didn't know that till you sent me a video that showed how many layers
They have to cut through. It was so bad to the point where my mom looked at me one of the days because we were only there 2 nights, and then the 3rd day they discharged us. But they really were like, "You should, if you want to stay the extra night, you can." I was like, "I want to go home."
You were like
I just want to be home.
Okay.
But there was like a night where my mom looked at me and was like, "Are you ready for us to go?" And I was like, "Yeah." And like I want
She
my
could
mom
tell.
more than anything. I knew I was still gonna like look pregnant, but I was like, "Why do I still look so pregnant?" Like
It's so shocking.
And then it's crazy. Like in a week, so much falls off.
So much
and
falls
then-
off and changes.
And I don't know, but
I remember for Matt, so my first pregnancy and birth, I felt so upset when I went to the first time I went to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror. I thought surely my stomach was gonna
I was like, I'm gonna be snatched.
I'm gonna be so snatched. Like Kim K, I was actually in tears when I looked, and I still looked 8 months pregnant. Like you still look, and now looking back, I'm like, well, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it is a very like jarring experience to see your belly after you have the baby. And with Leo, I knew it was my second. I was prepared for it, so it hurt my feelings a little bit less. But I'd still like, when you are the first time mom and you see that it doesn't just like go down.
No. And when you're big and pregnant, you're like, I'm housing my baby. Like,
Right. It's
I
okay.
should be big and pregnant. And then once it's done,
Yeah.
it's like, oof.
Okay.
I mean, obviously still love my body. It
Right.
grew my child, but it is hard to see when it changes so fast.
so fast. And also it's kind of like a reminder of some work you have to do, and like I don't feel like it. Like I
No.
don't want to do the work.
No.
So it's like okay, now I know. I have a little bit of a journey ahead of me. It's all a beautiful.
But the body
experience.
is so resilient. Like I'm 9 weeks postpartum now, and I like look in the mirror. I'm like, that is crazy.
crazy.
Like what the woman body.
And if you compare
is
your picture today to the day you had the
Yes.
baby, it's nuts.
Insane.
And then 2 years from now, you're like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
where did it go? Like, and it takes a while. And that's something I also had to come to terms with. I think a lot of people do is like, you just want to be yourself again,
Yeah.
but it's just not going to happen
And
right away.
I think that's, something else is just knowing I'll probably never be the girly I was before.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. But postpartum has been a journey. Like, I guess we can kind of like
Yes.
talk about that.
So you go home with the baby.
Go home with the baby. Obviously, like my mom came over and helped. Josh's mom came over, gave me time to like get some rest.
This is like first couple days.
Yeah, everything. Like looking back now, I'm like, oh my gosh, that time was such a
Blur. It's
like
all a
I
blur.
try to remember,
Yeah.
like what was I watching on TV? Like I just
You're so out
Dancing
of
with
it.
the Stars. I know I was watching a lot of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. It's like nature's way or God's way or the universe's way of making you have another baby or, wanting to have that experience again because you really do forget the trauma of it all. You remember, but you don't really remember how it felt.
No, already, and I'm
Yeah.
only 9 weeks out. And I'm like,
Okay,
I
can
know I
handle
was
it.
in pain. Definitely was in pain. Showering was hard because you can only take I'm sure. I guess it's the same with the vaginal birth. Like you can only shower after.
Wait, so can we hear the story about when you passed out?
Oh my gosh!
Because that was like part of your postpartum experience.
Yeah, it was a week and a day.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. See, this is why I'm like, do you have questions? Like
Yeah.
I forget shit like that.
Yeah, because
So-
Amanda texted me, why is Amber at the hospital? So I'm like, "Ugh." So I'm
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
Yeah, that was just like in the middle of the night.
Right.
I just like snuck off to the hospital.
Yeah. For some reason, we all have each other's
I was just, like,
locations.
so mysterious. I
She's, like-
didn't tell people a lot of things.
She's like randomly at Oshner Baptist, and we're like, what's going on?
Okay, so something I didn't know is that when you have a C-section, you still will bleed vaginally. Didn't know that.
Oh, right. Because
So
you have to
I
get rid of
thought-
all the
Exactly.
things.
So I thought like, no vaginal care is necessary.
Couldn't be me.
Not me bleeding from my vagina. Okay.
I don't need pads.
No, literally, I lived in disposable underwear for like 2 weeks.
Oh my God. Like, it's so unfair. It's so crazy.
So yes, the hospital visit. So it was just a regular Saturday, a week after. So a week after birth, we're hanging out. I think we might have been like, I think we went to Josh's mom's for dinner, just to, like try to get out, like attempt to get out. And we came back home and Josh was changing the baby in the nursery. And I was walking down the hall because she was crying. And I kept feeling like a pinch by my incision. And I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, if I pulled this, like trying to reach for the remote or reaching to grab the baby, I was so nervous about that. Well, I was
You having a letdown?
Yeah. Oh my
So
gosh.
painful.
Grabbed I went to like grab my side, and when I did, I had a huge like clot of blood fall out. So my first instinct was like go to the bathroom, like go sit on the toilet. So when I did, I was like had myself so freaked out, and I was like and I was crying because I was like, I don't want to leave the baby. I don't want to leave the baby. And I, for some reason, was like, I don't want to die.
You can't help
I
it.
thought I lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Like it really wasn't.
And you're like,
that
this
much.
is it. I'm never going to see anyone else
Yeah.
ever again.
But what happened is I passed like a blood clot.
Okay.
A bigger blood clot.
yeah.
Which happens. I just so happened to be walking and saw it. And so I was like, oh, I'm scared. And I was hyperventilating. And Josh had the baby. The baby's crying. I'm crying.
Right. So
And he's-
everybody's emotions are heightened.
and he's like, Amber, you have to stop. And for some, I just like, boom, passed out off the toilet.
Literally on the ground in the bathroom.
On the ground, like, boom. And so
Oh my fucking gosh, she fucking did.
she fucking did. So at that point, I think Josh was like, all right, this bitch is, we're going to go get her checked out at the hospital.
She needs
Like,
some help. She needs some milk.
She needs help. So his mom came over and watched the baby, and we went to the hospital, and they were like, "You're good."
They just checked you and you were fine.
Yeah, they
You
like
just-
pressed on my belly, and they were like, "You don't have active bleeding. Like if we push on your uterus and you were actively bleeding, like you actually have something going on, we'd push blood out." And they were like, "Nothing's coming out." Like,
yeah, it was just a freak incident. It's also so natural, like when you're postpartum. That's the thing. Anytime, but like postpartum anxiety is so real.
yeah, and that's my OB was like, "Yeah, you definitely have
Yeah.
some PP anxiety."
Yeah, you got some PPA.
So some PPA.
You know what I had?
What?
Bad PPR. Postpartum rage.
Oh,
So bad with Leo.
that's so real.
It's so real. Like everything just pissed me off, and I knew it. Well, the thing about you and I is we're pretty aware.
Yes.
Like especially like in this phase of life.
Yes.
I knew it wasn't me. Like, and I knew it was postpartum, so that's what like helped me through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask you if that's helping you through it too. Is
Yes.
like you can recognize like this is a hormonal thing. This is natural. I'm getting 2 hours of sleep at night. Like it's normal. But I definitely remember just feeling like rage about anything. Like the floor looks dirty. I'm pissed. Like
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, I have.
you make a weird noise. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I'm definitely just more of like the anxious, but literally wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
We're definitely finding our groove as much as you can at this point in the journey, and baby's healthy and happy. So
Yes. So my final question for you. This is like a big question. We're not gonna cry, but like, what is it like to just be a mom? Because we talk a lot, and we've had so many times on the podcast where I'm saying experiences or stories about my kids, and I specifically remember you being like, "Well, I'm not a mom, but like I understand what you're saying. I'm not a mom yet, but like, but now you are. So what is it
Yeah.
like to be a mom?"
I guess I can say to the part about, oh yeah, I understand, but I'm not a mom. I didn't understand. I think as a mom, you just feel things so much more deeply than you did before. I mean, I feel healed, if that makes sense. It's changed my life
Makes
in
total
every
sense.
aspect. I've never been so grateful for anything in my entire life. I'm about to cry.
I'm like, we're not gonna cry.
No,
We sob.
like I can't. Like I'm grateful for the opportunity to be a mom. Like it's truly the best thing that's ever happened. And I get why people love their kids so much.
Yeah, yeah, and like our moms, things make a lot more sense.
Yeah. Like to think that we're loved this much by someone.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. You saying it healed you, I've never looked at it that way, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Like there's so many things in my past that make more sense now that I understand things
Yeah.
from the perspective of a parent.
Of a mom.
Yes.
Like there's things, yeah. Like I think back and I'm just like, if I could just like hug younger me, like it's fine. It's not a
Yes.
big deal.
or hug you this
hug-
time last year.
That
Like,
part.
Yeah. Well, Blur
Blur.
is perfect.
Thank
Blur
you.
will eventually make her appearance on the pod.
She will make her appearance on the pod. I know, and I like laugh because I'm like, one day she'll be 15 and she'll be like, I hate you, bitch.
Fuck you, mom.
So listen to this episode.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much.
Oh my God, yes.
I've been dying to hear this story. I know so many others have. I'm so happy to know it all and like finally be back.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's so much more, and I just am like,
No, I know.
I
There's so
can't
many
think
things.
back. I can't reflect.
And there's so many other things we need to talk about. So like we need to do a whole referendum on breastfeeding,
Yes.
episode on breastfeeding.
We could do a whole segment on it.
Yes.
What a
There's so much to say.
breastfeeding.
And then like a 6-month check-in, like
Yeah.
things that the fact that it's already almost 2 months is sick.
Oh my gosh, it is 2 months.
Is it actually?
It actually is.
Disgusting.
I'm like, how has it been 2 months? I look at her, I'm like, why are you big?
Yeah, and now you, as like, speaking of things that you don't understand until you understand, is like the concept of time flying. Everyone says it. It flies, it flies, it flies. You're like, oh yeah.
I get it now.
Now
I understand. When
you
I-
blink and it's like they're 6.
Yeah. No.
Disgusting.
I saw when I saw Kelly's baby, I'm like, okay, he's beautiful. He's perfect. Cried my eyes out because I'm like, he's so tiny. And I just remember Blair. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can literally like smell him in this picture. Like I
Yes,
know.
smell. Yes. Whenever I
And
see
it brought
Blair,
me back and I cried.
whenever I hold Blair, I just sniff her because, like, if you're a
Yes.
mom, you know that smell. It's like no,
It's unlike anything else.
It takes you to a place that, like, it's only heaven.
It's
has to,
euphoric.
it's only heaven has to feel the way that like a newborn baby.
A newborn baby.
Like the crevice of her elbow, I could smell it now.
Oh my gosh.
So many things happen. It's just like so many different phases and experiences.
Wild.
But good thing we have a podcast to talk about it all.
I know. And just feels so good to be back too.
Yeah, I feel like rejuvenated,
Refreshed.
This was needed. Now I'm like ready to just hop back in.
Hop back in.
So what's to come is definitely like book episode. We need to pick a book.
Yes. Pick a book. Do a monthly report.
You have so many things you need to report on. Like
It's actually sick.
Your maternity leave content plate overflowed.
It's sick. It's like not even.
I can't wait.
It might be record breaking the amount of shit I watched.
I love it.
But you read a lot.
I read a lot.
High hopes. I was like, I'm gonna read so many books.
On
Like,
maternity leave, I'm gonna reach my Goodreads goal.
Goodreads. Bye.
Goodreads too.
I would have to finish like 15 more books
It's okay.
before the end of the year.
That's crazy that we're already at the end of the year.
Ugh.
Christmas stuff too that we have to talk
I
about.
know.
Like I want to tell y'all all about the things that I got this year for Christmas, like
Yes.
things that I'm buying for people. Like in my adult life, Christmas is becoming really fun. Like it's fun.
Christmas is the best.
We're making like the Christmas magic now, which is
I
so
know.
exciting. It's so much fun. Like I'm gonna wrap the Santa presents. Like
Yes.
I'm literally Santa.
Yours and
I have so many jobs.
kids.
I'm Santa Claus.
If you're listening to this with your
Ho
kids,
ho ho, bitch! You turn it off.
turn it off.
Follow us on TikTok. The TikTok at Open Books Podcast. I think we are, and then Instagram is the Open Books
Yes.
Podcast. And send us your suggestions for what we should read next, because that's like definitely what's
That's on the
our plate.
horizon. We're so excited.
We're looking for like a really fun, fast-paced, psychological, domestic thriller.
Yes.
We need something to just like
Pull us back in.
to really get us going. So send us suggestions. Suggestions.
Suggestions.
Is
Is this season 3? Bye.
Yeah, it is season 3.